Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Carolina and today we're going to talk about how to lose weight before summer. I'm going to give you some simple but very powerful losing weight ideas, and as long as you follow all the rules, the success will be guaranteed. But first things first, obesity is a huge problem right now in the world, and so many people are struggling to lose weight and to get rid of this extra pounds they're carrying on, and probably they were just putting it on all their life, but right now it's a bit tricky to just lose it instantly. People are coming up with all those kind of diets, mostly all of those are calorie based, so all you do all day long is just counting calories, weighing products, and let's put it that way. It will work within a short period of time, but it's 100% guaranteed that you will get the yo-yo effect. Why they don't work? Well, first of all, you feel constantly hungry. There's just no way. Your body is used to so many more calories, and right now suddenly the calories intake just decreased like a lot, so you feel hunger. If you feel hungry, then you get angry, you get irritated, nothing works for you, you're very upset, you're sad, and that's not what a healthy diet is all about. If you do follow the calorie intake diets, they do work for a short period of time. Once you do those counting and measuring things, yes, it will work. You will step on a scale. Wow, yeah, I'm losing like 100 kilos per week. Yeah, how great is that? But it's like 100% sure it will come back. And on top of that, you're going to put on some even more weight. Will it be healthy? No. Are you going to be happy? No. Are you going to be able to follow it for the rest of your life? Well, it's not happening, okay? It's just not. And what happens is, if you gain even more weight, well, it can happen because what's happening next after you do follow those diets with this calorie intake, you're getting so obsessed with food, the only thing you can actually think of is food. And normally it's the food that you cannot take, because just say you cannot take the food. You can't take it. Normally it's the food that you cannot eat. So all you think is all those forbidden goodies that you were craving all this time, and finally when you finish your diet, poof, there you go. What are you going to do now? Well, go to your fridge and take all the foods you were not allowed for this time, and then you step on the scale and it's like, whoops, I weigh even more than I used to. Is it great? No. Was it a great idea to follow the plan? Not really. And the most important part is not only your body suffers through all this hustle, putting weight on, putting it back off, and all that, but just your mind. And the mind plays like the vital role in the whole process, okay? It's very important that you do understand why you're doing it, and then you want to do it, and you want to feel good about it, because your mind plays the main role in the whole process. So you need to remember that. Okay, so first we're going to talk about what not to do, because that's really important as well. So the main important things is what not to do. It's good even to take note of that. It will be bad for your body, it will be bad for your mind. Don't follow strict diets. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, no counting calories. As I said previously, we do not count calories. We're not going to be able to follow the plan for the rest of our lives. And that's what we want. We want to be able to keep the weight off, right? We want to be healthy, and you want to feel good about ourselves for the rest of your life. Not this really short period of time, like 2 weeks diet, that when you lose 100 pounds because you ate like 2 calories a day. Okay, it's not happening. We don't want to do that. So no counting calories. Rule number 3, no protein shakes, no extra shakes, no whatever extra kind of mixtures that they're all over TV, all over the advertisements and commercials and stuff. No extra shakes. Normally they even contain the extra proteins that they're so advertising, like it's so needed, your body needs so extra proteins. Well, 99% of people, they do not need any extra protein. Our body normally have too much proteins in a diet, and we need to decrease actually the amount of proteins we're taking. So no extra shakes, proteins containing whatsoever. Doesn't matter what the brands are. Just don't take any extra shakes. That was rule number 3. Rule number 4, no meal substitutes. All those, either it's a shake, or it's a kind of like a mixture, or it's like a pudding, or whatever, some kind of substitutes that you're not going to be able to eat a normal breakfast or lunch or dinner or whatever. No substitutes, okay? As I said again, you're not going to be able to follow it on a regular basis, not till the rest of your life. You're not going to buy all the shakes, packages, containers, whatever, just not to have a normal breakfast, okay? We do need to eat normally in order to be able to be healthy, happy, look good, feel good about ourselves, and the most important part, to be able to keep off the weight and look good for the rest of your life, not just for this short period of time. Rule number 5, don't eat too fast. it is really important not to eat too fast. If you're eating too fast, you're interrupting the digestion process. If your body do not digest the food properly in its own time, what's going to happen? It can store as fat if the food is not digested. So we do not want that. Try to eat slower. I know it's hard to eat slowly, but at least try to eat a little bit slower. Just think about it, and that should help. Rule number 6: do not drink while eating. I know for some of you it can be a bit difficult, but it's just a habit. It's either you do it or you don't do it. You can get used to it. It's not a problem at all. Try not to drink anything about 20 minutes before you start eating, and then try not to drink for another 30 minutes after you finish your meal. So the same thing. It interrupts the digestion process, and if your food is not digested properly, it can store as fat. So try not to drink while you're eating. Rule number 7, that's very important, and that can be a bit tricky, but no snacks. Try not to eat constantly. A lot of us just eat constantly all the time. I see it's like little bits and pieces, and the snack, and the chips, and the crisps, and this and that, and a bit of fruit, and a piece of apple and veggie, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Your body needs time to digest. And it depends what it is. It's carbs or protein. I'm not going to talk about it at this moment. There is a rule of 3 hours. Try not to eat anything in between the meals for 3 hours. That's about how much time your body needs to digest your food. Take breaks. I know it can be a bit tricky at first because you're used to like all the time like keep snacking, and it's just like a piece of this, piece of that, and it's just but another thing, it's just a habit. Once you just get over those first couple of days, you will not have an issue for the rest of your life. Basically, you just can get used to it. You don't even feel hunger. You don't want to eat anything. It's just basically you had your food, 3 hour time, then you feel hunger because your body is getting back to normal, I would say, and your body will alert you when you're hungry. Normally, it will be within those 3 hours because that's how it should be, and that's how it's good for us. So that was rule number 7. Rule number 8: don't eat. Try not to eat with about 3 hours before you go to bed. Don't eat directly before you go to sleep. It's again, we're interrupting the digestion process. The food is not getting digested properly, can store as fat straight away. We do not want that. In 3 hours, it might seem long, but it's not. Again, it's a habit. You just don't feel hunger after a couple of days. You're just getting used to it. 3 hours, try. If you cannot survive with 3 hours, try 2 hours, but really good if you could be able to last for 3 hours without eating anything before you go to bed. You can have some drinks, but about drinks I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, so we're talking about what not to do. Now we're going to say what to do. First of all, what's really important is for you to change the attitude towards food. Start being afraid of it. Stop looking at it as your enemy. Just think positively, and just remember the whole process will happen automatically. You don't have to think about it. Just concentrate on being happy, being healthy, because that's what it's all about. The most important thing in life is balance. And the same thing with food. Everything has to be balanced. So all those diets, I need to cut off the carbs, or you need to cut off the proteins, or you need to cut off this and that. It's not good, okay? Balance. Your body needs everything. Concentrate on eating natural foods. Natural, simple food that was available ages ago, before all those processed items showed up. Try to eat more raw food as well, because we forgot how it is to eat raw carrot. Try to eat more raw food, because everything we eat these days is either cooked or fried or any other way made up. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you exact products of what to eat. That's really, really important. It will be good for you to make a list, just stick it on your fridge, and just look at it every time you're trying to eat something. Okay? So number 1, sprouts. Okay, number 1, sprouts. We forget about like bean sprouts or soya sprouts. We forget about those. It's really, really, really great nutritional value. Try to eat more. A lot of people don't eat any. Try to like sprinkle your salad with it. Just put it in a sandwich. Tastes really great. As I again habit getting used to it. Number 2, veggies and fruit. Try to eat 5 portions. Like 5 portions. I don't mean eating breakfast, dinner, and lunch, and then did I say just dinner and lunch? Yeah. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then in between try to squeeze those 5 fruits, especially when you're going to squeeze in like bananas and bananas and pears, which are very, very like sugary. It's not going to help at all. And then again, you interrupting the digestion process, because probably eating those 3 meals and then another on top of that, 5 fruits all together, well, that makes too many meals a day, and then you don't have this 3 hour break. Try to eat 5, but as well. It doesn't have to be 5 particular fruits. You can mix those fruits, put it in the juicer, squeeze freshly squeezed juice. Really quick, really simple, but just remember, that's already like addition to a meal. Just think about it. It has nutritional value. Don't put it on top of the meals. That's important. Number 4, we need rice, we need grains, we need bread, we need all of that. Okay, so we need all the carbs as well because that's what gives us energy. We need that. Try to stick with the brown rice, brown bread. I know it's tricky, and especially with the rice, I don't like it myself because it cooks forever. So very often I cheat and I use just a white rice and it's fine, okay? But try to remember there is such a thing as brown rice or brown pasta, and sometimes if you don't have a time, you can swap it. And with the bread, yes, especially white bread, not really good for you. It depends what kind you get, but it can have like tons of sugar in it, which you don't even realize, and that's not happening in here in our healthy diet. So try to stick to whole grains. Number 5, we need all the good oils. So forget all the diet of no fat, no fat, no fat. We do need fat in our body as well, especially the good fats, the like virgin olive oil. It's really important, the quality of the oils you're getting. Number 7, eggs, fish, meat, cheese. Okay, so all the proteins, we do need those as well. We do not need as many as you think you do. Probably, like, let's say with meat, we don't need to eat more than 2 times a week. If you do, okay, that's fine. But try to eat more veggies at the same time so the digestion process will not be interrupted. Just if you like fish for lunch, try not to have meat for the dinner time. Or the same if you had like plenty of eggs and fish, don't add extra like cheese on top or something like that, just to not get overloaded with proteins. But we still do need those, it's just not too much. Now about drinks. What do we drink? As I mentioned before, freshly squeezed juices. Great for you, brilliant. Especially when you drink it the first thing in the morning, it's very, very healthy, just gives you this energy like straight away when you wake up. Brilliant, definitely recommend it. Try not to stick only to the fruit juices, but mix it with veggies. You can make only vegetable juices as well. Whatever comes up to your mind. Apple, carrots, oranges. That's what I just this morning actually. But yeah, you can use whatever you want. Oh, I had a grapefruit as well. But you can do carrots, parsnips, celery, whatever taste you have, whatever is tasty for you. Basically, there is no rules about it, as long as you remember the freshly squeezed ones, not the ones from the boxes. They're rubbish, whatever they say in ads. Another thing, green tea, really good as well. Any sort of like herbal teas, and also water with lemon, really good. A little bit warmer, maybe not like very, very cold. It can be like warm lemon water. The same thing, you can drink it in the morning, but it's even in the night and before you go to bed. If you drink it, it's really good for you as well. Okay, so we're saying about what to eat now. I'm going to tell you definitely not to eat any colored, refined, modified food. Okay, that's number 1. No any processed food. Try not to at all if possible. Rule number 2, sugar. Any artificial, like those candy bars, cookies, cakes. Actually, cookies and cakes, these are the worst things actually you can be getting. That's the worst thing for your body. They contain all the trans fats, which is really it causes cancer. It's definitely not healthy. It doesn't help us to lose this weight that we want to lose. So try not to eat any of these. No candy bars, nothing. It would be great to cut off the sugar completely. If you cannot, just try to decrease the amounts of the sugar intake. Because actually the sugar is much worse. The sugar is the worst. It's much worse than the fat or anything else. Because fat you do need and sugar you don't. You can get sugar, but I'm talking about like the fruit or the fruit contains sugar, right? But that's a different sugar. That's fructose, and that's our body looks at it completely different way. So those sugars are good for us, but not the artificial white sugar, the saccharose ones. Okay, number 3, white flour. White flour, I will try to avoid white flour. As I mentioned before, the whole flour, the brown flour, it's much better for you. If you cannot avoid it completely, okay, use it, but just try to remember to swap it sometimes. And if you did have like white bread in the morning, try not to have like white pasta and then pancakes or whatever, and everything made with white flour. Just think about it. Just think about it every time you take it, not to overdose it. Okay, number 4. Vegetable spreads. Try to stay away from all the spreads. I know it's right now when you walk into the alley in the supermarket, it's like, oh, you see like 2 or 3 kinds of butter, and the rest of it is like Vegetable Express, okay? These are horrible. I know they have great marketing, great advertising, brilliant commercials. It's just amazing. They lower down the cholesterol. They do this, they do that. That makes you healthier than you've ever been in your life. Well, actually, crap, okay? Doesn't work. What you're going to eat? Eat regular butter. Regular fat. Like, you have to look at the, I think it's 82% that it has to have. Yeah, so I just checked, so it is 82 grams of fat within like the 100-gram butter. So at least 82 grams, that's what the real butter is all about. Because right now, very often they call it butter, but it's not. When you look at the ingredients, it says, yeah, like 20 grams of fat. But then underneath you see like vegetable oils, okay, that's the ones we don't want, definitely. The hardened vegetable oils, okay? So again, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed my video, and see you next time.